Namaste, friends, and welcome back to the Taoist Dragon's Lair. And this is Zendays. What I want to do this episode is I want to continue down Old Town and hopefully find that church. Anyways, I've been watching a lot of Avatar lately, so that's something that's just sort of been on my mind, thinking about. Where is it? I don't see my stuff. It's making me sad. Let's try HC. Is the fog just eating up? I might be. There we go. Old Town. Go. Something. Anything. Something happen. Or not. Well, let's continue running up here. Maybe we'll find something. Hey, I wonder if I do this. Nope. Let's try this. Nothing. This? Is my game just broken? Might be. Oh well. I'll live. God, I love walking through the woods. I actually did that a few nights ago. The moon was full, though technically the moon was full last night. It was the wolf moon, which wolves are an important animal to me. I really love them, but yeah, I was out just in nature and being with things. I really love that. I miss it. I don't miss it, but I do love that, and it's important for me. If I need to think or just I need to do it sometimes for my own well-being and I forget about it. Seems like odd because it's like important to me, but hey, look, more Old Town. Yay. But yeah, sometimes I just forget to do it. Yay, I'm in a hut. It's beautiful. It's my hut. I want to jump in it. Yeah. But, what's there? Oh, that's a big, important looking building. It is important to me to just go outside and be outside for my own well-being. But getting caught up in life, you know. Yes. Oh my god, yes, I found it. This is the thing that Anders was talking about last episode. Has grass growing out the ceiling. I don't think that's supposed to be there. That's silly looking. We could put some sheep on that roof and eat cheddar cheese. For those of you who don't know, that is a reference to something in Uruguay. It's a bad lip reading of Star Trek The Next Generation. Yeah. Happy in Uruguay, I think it's called. It's pretty funny. Check it out. But one of the things that Jean-Luc Picard says is we could put sheep on the roof and eat cheddar cheese or something like that. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Definitely worth checking out though. So I'm going to get to these little things. It seems that we hit the jackpot, by the way. We got 2 for the price of 1. Jump. Jump. being outside in nature, and games like this kind of get it, but it's not quite the same. Just being outside, it's hard to describe. It's like something that's not on my mind all the time, like something that I need to do. But once I'm outside, it's just like a breath of, I was going to say a breath of fresh air, but I wasn't trying to be punny. It's like just refreshing, though, in a very spiritual sense. Whee! Going to jump on this. I did it! Yeah, good job, me. I knew I could do it if I just stuck to doing it. I was tenacious enough. Now I'm going to run and jump. Parkour! Oh my god, it worked! Yeah! More parkour! Yeah! Ah, I missed it! I was too good at the parkour. Without further ado, let us read. My name's Dennis. Excuse me, this is kind of hard to read. It's not Dennis, though. My name's Denisha Kimberly, and I write this today, year of our Lord 218, as a remembering of the old town and how it came to its final. I am now its possible, the only bodied soul in all of Eden, a truth not known since Adam's day. Okay, so truth not known since Adam's day. She wrote since, but for these last near 30 years since the so-called Great Pilgrimage, our numbers have fallen. Me being the youngest left, it's true I took it on me to provide a new generation, but it wasn't God's will. No. And me, I've stayed the youngest to now I'm the last. And I don't plan to be the last for long. Yes, Old Town has lived long, but now it must fall and become another ruin. The last ruin. I write today that it not be forgotten. The trouble began with those Ada and Jocelyn, who returned from the dark wild, spreading terrible mischief and madness. That the ruins were not all dead, that they were not forsaken by the Father, that we weren't alone, and most madly, that those others enfooled death and cured sickness. Okay, so most madly that there were others who had fooled death and cured sickness, so like doctors. Such arrogance, you might think. While old myths and rumors are not easily put to rest. Me, I heard these stories and other less fanciful in my youth. When I was new, the other hunters told me false tales of cities of light and cities of night, of animals that glowed pale under the moon, of wild men who sprung from the wet earth and lived their whole lives out there. But I was blessed, thank the Lord, with a father who cared for me. And when he heard me repeat such things, he quickly punished me and warned me of all the dangers of falsehoods. One mother who I'd been close to later told me of a time when in her New Year's she heard such tales too. Long lived childish myths. But there were always the occasional few young who'd heard such tales and ran off with the sureness that they'd find them true. Ada and Josh were the first ever to come back, far as I heard, and they claimed to seen proof. Told me of another out there in the wood lived many lives. When they were captured, yes, and punished. Well, they were captured, yes, and punished. But it weren't enough, really. They told me their tale, and there were many ready to hear. Maybe it had been hard a year, too hard a year, and folks, especially young ones, they wanted to believe something foolish. Too many of the wise and respected were killed when the young hunters rose up to free the liars, to be led out to death in the dark night. Alright, so this girl came very late in Old Town, so did Ada and Jocelyn. So Jocelyn's a girl. I was going off Josh, so I thought it was a guy. But they were near the end of Old Town, and she was very uneducated. It was very hard to read her handwriting or note, but it's like she was the last person left in Old Town, because everybody else kind of left once Ada and Jocelyn came back. Well, they didn't leave. They jailed them, and the younger people rebelled against the system, and they freed them, and they killed the people who were more into the traditions, the older ones. And whatever the reason, like that combined, they left. Denisha was like the only one. Oh. Apparently there was another page to that. I thought they only did one page per thing. Hold on 1 second. I need to eat food before my guy dies. So there's more to this note. So sorry for recapping early, but let's finish it. We held together some months after that, but it wasn't long till others were living in groups in the night, and the Old Town got sad and quiet. Though the father got louder surely a year and some later, in year 1990, 190, when the wise and the respected had calmed, and the new young had fully and quietly organized themselves. That's when, after some public discussion and arguments, us trying to stop them and them trying to brain us, that's when we saw the pilgrimage. That's when the Old Town breathed its last true breath. Since that's when the Old Town lost its last chance for a new generation. To the rest of us, we stayed true and lived our lives here. Mostly we were too old to hunt, but our numbers were so small, the smallest they'd been since the start, and our farms held out enough, paired with our stores, to keep us going as long as we have. perhaps it's true. I think sometimes. Maybe there are others out there, other folks in other villages. But even so, I could never leave. I don't regret for one moment staying behind to tend to the old town, to preserve it, bless it. I could. Preserve it best I could. Sure, I miss mine. All of us did. But that's aside now. I want us who's left. Was it? It wasn't us who left, was it? Alright, so yeah, it's hard to read that note. But, so Ada and Jocelyn, they started the demise of Old Town because they ran off into the world and saw that the Old Town, I don't want to say it was a lie, but it definitely seems like they were being told stories and propaganda to keep them here, or, just generation after generation of learning things. And they ran off and they saw that that wasn't true and that there's other people and whatever. And that just started the divide. Apparently it was a hard year before then, but started the divide. So they went off, and a bunch of young people went off with them because, well, yeah, the young people freed them and struck down a bunch of people who didn't agree with them in the process. And it just kind of went downhill from there. There was still some people left after that, but it kept going on and on. It was just down to, what's her name? Denisha. Kimberly. It was just down to Kimberly. But I am not going to read this in this episode because I'm out of time. I picked it up. I will read it next episode. Hopefully I remember. Didn't mean to pick it up. But, I hoped you enjoyed this bit of the Dragon's Treasure. And have a great day.